I'm Robin Black, and this is the Breakdown UFC 200. The big one. Dan Cormier is the champ. Jon Jones, interim champ. We hear dynamic rematch. DC lost last time, but he's the champ now. Jones wants to be undisputed king again. Before we break down this fight, I need to share with you some martial truths. There are 4 combat ranges in the art of fighting, and the first is the outer orbit. Range 4, outside fighting. The primary weapons from the outer orbit are the feet, the beautifully vicious kicking techniques. This is the zone experiencing the most growth and evolution in the game today. Mostly a striking range. Any grappling in range 4 starts with the catching of kicks. It is a battlefield of frighteningly fluid movement and wonderfully explosive offense. And Jones is among the best in the world in this zone, the outer orbit, range 4. If you breach that orbit, you phase into range 3, the tight circle, knuckle range, action range, man up range. The tight circle is the boxing perimeter where knuckles just reach chin without advancing. The smaller man must take this range, but some taller ones are bad dudes here too. This is a primary range for the champ DC, always has been. One of the most beautiful zones in fighting, the tight circle, range 3. When we advance further, we reach the most elegantly magnificent sector in mixed martial arts, the pocket, range 2, uppercuts and hooks, elbows and knees, grappling, clinching, trapping, equal parts sanity and chaos, complexity and simplicity. This is where all the weapons and tools of fighting come together. In the pocket, the martial artist can read the sheet music or he can improvise in solo to express his art in its truest form. Both Cormier and Jones are virtuosos in the pocket. It is beautiful music. The final phase of fighting is all the way in, chest to chest, range 1, the most physically taxing range. Boom. Like any range, chest to chest tests your skill, but it also taxes tolerance and endurance, perhaps corroding mental fortitude and perseverance under duress. Short range strikes damage the tissues, and sometimes you can even put a legend to sleep in range 1. DC and Jones are near impossible to take down, even harder to hold down. But if either can get on top at ground 0, yikes. Brutal ground assault. If we study their past work, both had clear preferences going into their first fight. Jones always owns both range 2 and range 4 in his fights, while DC usually prefers the opposite, range 1 and range 3. Fascinating, but true mastery is about how you phase between zones. Look here, DC chest to chest. He backs out to strike in the pocket. Advances again to pressure in range 1, chest to chest, coming up right here. Now threatens the trip to get a reaction, and boom, uppercut in the pocket. Then he circles out. Jones is the best at this. Kicks from outside range 4. Push to left hand from the tight circle. Then boom, elbow in 2. Quick frame out at 3. Wow. Another advance. Bam, pocket elbow again, and back out safely. Incredible. Now we are ready to look at the tale of Jones versus Cormier 1. Yes, it was 5 rounds, but those 25 minutes played out like a 4-act play, so that is how we will study it. Act 1. Jones establishes dominance. The first area of engagement, the outer orbit, always belongs to Jones, and he takes range 4 and seeks to add victories in the inside ranges. In Act 1, he controls where the combat takes place. Here, threatens at 4. Cormier pushes in, so he advances to 2 with a short punch. Cormier works into the pocket, so he floats out and throws from 3, then gets back outside. Act 1 in the tale of Jones versus Cormier belongs to Jones. Act 2. The Cormier bulge. Cormier realized that he has to choose the battlefields to win this war. So in Act 2, he advances the troops, pressuring forward to the pocket. With the pocket as his new front line, Cormier makes gains. Watch here, fires from 3 with a crisp shot. Immediately soldiers forward, maintaining fire as Jones retreats, and then solid defensive systems from 4. Then answers back from 4. He cannot give Jones that range. Immediately frames at 3, then brings the skirmish back to the pocket. In Act 2 of the tale of Jones versus Cormier, DC brought the fight to Jones and was prosperous with his strategy, the Cormier bulge. Act 3, Jones storms the shores and takes it to the wall. In Act 3, the most important act of their tale, the fighters are asked to dig deep. The Cormier bulge has forced the fight into the pocket, so Jones responds by pushing back and marches the battle to chest range against the vertical fighting surface of the cage wall. He conquers this range in Act 3, and he has found his answer. Act 4, Jones takes victory. The final act of our 25-minute tale sees Jones back in control and and fighting with confidence. He reestablishes his dominance in the outer orbit and pushes through the tight circle to find success in the pocket and chest to chest. He has found his dominant battlegrounds, all the way out or all the way in. The tale ends with Jones flowing, free, victorious. In retrospect, Jones won range 1 in their first fight and, as always, dominated range 4. The fiercest battles were in the pocket. Cormier fought his heart out, advancing courageously, planting his flag in range 3 and battling to a draw in the pocket. He'll look to conquer more ground when they do it again at UFC 200, July 9th. Will Cormier win these 4 battlefields and retain his UFC title? Or will Jones defeat him again and take back what he believes is rightfully his? Enjoy the hostilities, my friends.